just wait up. I'm gonna release my dragon on you in a sec. Just gotta get my camcorder ready. There we go. Gonna put dubstep behind footage of you guys dying and get tons of hits on the Echo Net. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, action!
The dragon from the beginning of the campaign approacheth! Roll for initiative!
Dragon's approaching. There it is.
We might go. Isn't Enna's thing also this weekend?
Yes, lots going on this weekend.
Well, I guess we're not doing D&D this weekend, so that gives me a little bit more leeway.
Yeah, because you guys are doing Monster Hunter stuff?
Yeah.
Monster
Okay.
Hunter World's Iceborne beta for PlayStation Plus users is this weekend. It's a huge thing for us. We started this our Twitch channel doing Monster Hunter.
Yeah, literally.
We want to return to it at some point too.
The only Monster Hunter I've played has been the DS one that Wander got for us at one
Oh,
point.
that one's hard. Monster Hunter 4.
Yeah.
Monster
Yeah, well, the demos
That would, like,
are
hurt
also
my
garbage.
thumb.
Well, also, I was
Yeah, the
playing the
demos are
bug
pretty bad.
class, so that was peculiar.
Yeah.
Oh, the insect glaive kind of thing.
Yeah, those are fun, but they're really difficult.
They're fun,
to
but
learn.
a tiny
like you can use
learning
some
curve
help.
at the beginning.
I'ma
Yeah.
summon
Yeah.
Roland again.
Kinda wish you
I
wouldn't.
just can never hit anything with the Beatles.
time,
My
but-
aim on controllers is abysmal.
No, yeah. Aren't you dragon? Man, this handsome dragon is going down. Oh,
I
Moose!
got really into
Moose,
dying.
where are you? Oh, you're right here in front of me.
He's right here.
I was like, Moose, where are you?
Yeah, I got really into Monster Hunter after, it was actually right after Lily was born, and I had a newborn, so I wasn't moving much. And
Understandable.
I just loaded it up on the Wii, and I was like, this is so fun. And back then, the community was so great, believe it or not. And
Very supportive.
I don't know,
and
just
nice.
more active, and you could like chat in the hub and stuff. And unfortunately, now the hub is not very chat friendly, so it's harder to talk to people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder if more... I always wonder what my mom did when we were little babies and such, but I almost would think that, yeah, mothers
Oh, man.
taking
More
care of their
mainstream-
children would be able
mainstream
to
with the world.
play some games in between the naps and such.
When Lily was born, the first 6 months, I was a seahorse dad.
Yeah,
Because I stayed at
He was
home
the
with
stay-at-home
Lily,
dad.
and she just stayed on my chest the entire time, and I just watched old samurai movies for like the first time.
Ooh, neat. Like,
And it was pretty good.
like the
I watched
Hidden
Seven
Fortress
Samurai,
and
the-
Rashomon and...
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
man, that boy dropped a lot of stuff.
The heck, how do I get out there?
There's also, what, Ron
Ah, there we go.
and a number of other ones. I watched a lot of Akira Kurosawa films.
Yes,
Growing up.
a lot of Kurosawa films.
Yojimbo.
Whenever
It's been
you
a long
talk
time. I
about,
keep meaning to sit down and rewatch those because they're just fun to watch. Like if you've
I
got,
really
but
like,
it's like they're so slow.
Toshiro
You gotta have nothing
Mifune.
else going on.
He's one of my favorite old-time actors.
I actually don't remember many of the actor names. I only know one recent Japanese actor name because my grandma is obsessed with him, and he's a younger guy. Actually, I don't remember his name. Never mind. It's
the guy from Honey or Dongo,
doing something. Yeah, as the Japanese actor who played
who
Domyoji
was
from
also in a
Hana
really
Yoridango.
weird show about a guy on a leash.
Oh man, that was a weird show.
That was a really weird show. Oh, did you hear about this new show that's taking off in Japan called I Will Not Work Overtime? All
Wow,
of Japan
good.
is super into it, and the entire premise is there's a lady who's like, I am not working overtime. I'm gonna leave at 6 p.m. sharp.
And everyone tries to offload stuff
Well,
onto
that's
her.
like their dream, collectively.
Yeah. It's
Go
like,
home
it's
at a
like
reasonable
big...
hour. Have a life.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
they're like,
right
this
now,
show
the
is
one-
very simple, but they're just so into that. They're like, oh, imagine if you could just tell your boss you're just gonna leave at the time that you were scheduled to leave at.
Vicariously living through this actress saying,
Yeah.
nah.
I wonder if they're going to cover the whole issue that they're having. I think
Get on the
there-
lift. Oh,
There were protests going on trying to say that, yeah, women
Moose.
shouldn't have to wear high heels at work.
all right.
Yeah,
we all
I
on?
heard about that. Yep. Oh, wait, no, Shell's not on.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Yeah,
alright.
because I think it was mandatory. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
being-
The good!
Oh!
Embarrassed at
Which
how
is
easily the
insane.
sorcerer lured you into his trap.
Oh, of course. Handsome sorcerer.
Dungeon jackasses. It's been real.
Now we got to escape his
So, how are we
dungeon.
back to town?
You can't. You trap, son.
But I want to do side quests and stuff.
Oh, good point. Suddenly, this happened.
Suddenly what?
Oh, you fall into the trash compactor. Oh, you found a
Oh.
hidden door.
Help.
Oh,
Ooh,
Oh.
spooky.
Sounds like a prisoner or something.
Maybe she'll know a way out of here.
Like a
Let's go
ghost
find
to
her
me.
then.
I saw Japan's finally doing something about their labor laws now, and they're trying to cap overtime at 45 hours a week of overtime, so it's a limit of 85 hours a week still.
That's ridiculous.
But the
That's
fact
a
that
limit?
that's like the first law.
How is
going
that a
into-
limit?
I mean,
And then a limit of
that's
350 hours a month.
oh, 250 hours a month. That's
Oh, 350.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah. I know I didn't do the math on that.
350 divided by so that's 50 hours a week.
Tina,
Wait.
back there, you can't just
Minute.
force us
Maybe
to
it's like
fall
if
into a
there's like
trap.
4.5
We
weeks
need a
in a
chance
month.
to escape it or something.
I don't know how they're
Sorry,
measuring
I didn't
months.
think you guys would make it so far in one session. I hadn't planned this part in advance. I'm making it up as I go.
It's such like a
Yeah,
common
but-
DM problem. It's like I didn't think you guys
Yep.
would get this far in one
Downstairs,
session.
sir.
Wait.
Needing info out of a
I mean, that's been our
Hyperion
entire
spy. We're talking
campaign.
about rules?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Seriously?
like, wait, don't you want to stay and talk to Bork a while? Maybe.
But then
Yeah, well, I mean, I
also-
figured your characters would communicate with each other
Hey,
at some
I'm
point.
Simon, wizard.
I don't think you have.
No, we're
Not
not, we're
immensely.
not
I have a
very good
little
about
bit.
that.
I just cursed you. Don't be
But,
angry.
Japan's
I just
also-
cursed you. Cool curse. You
suggesting that
talk to the
employers
dead.
let their
Said
employees
pretty
go
cool.
home a
In
couple
return
hours
for this
early
gift, I
every
need you to
fourth
find my
Friday.
brother Edgar, visit the mass graves I dug, resurrect some bodies, and see if Edgar's one of them. Also, you
Good
can
step,
raise
I
him
guess.
now. You're welcome. Anyway, off with you.
Thanks for the curse, mister. Now we can talk to dead people.
Who is this guy supposed to be?
Not that we're going
Great.
to.
Oh, yes. We must
Probably
ascend
just gonna hop on
Moose.
this lift.
A necromancer of some sort?
I mean, this isn't just another hole.
Going up the lift, are we, Wanda?
Probably.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That just popped.
Wait, that was fast.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Spiders! Ah.
Shanika says, I hope Throat Puncher's real name is Throat Puncher.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
That
That's
sounds like
awesome.
something from Gravity Falls.
I mean, I didn't have a name for the character. I had like a vague idea of what I named them, and then they just started punching throats, and I was like, all right, there we go.
What a bad spider.
Oh my god, they're so gross.
Yeah, these spiders are nasty.
Yeah, I'm a pretty creative person, but I can't come up with names for beans, so I
No,
always
me
just like
neither.
go with whatever. What is wrong with everybody?
Why just ask Lily to
We
name
walked
everything
through
for
an
me?
acid trap.
Oh,
Oh, more acid.
Oh, thank you. My chat is saying, justice for Geeb.
Geeb.
Or Geeb.
F for Geeb.
Or Geeb me.
Well, hey, at least Squeeb is still alive.
Yeah, at least we still have
For
Squeeb.
Squeeb me. Oh my god, the spider is dead. He looks so gross.
That spider wasn't dead. Now the spider dead.
I'm still thinking about
Careful of these panels. Moose, do you see this one? See this right here? Don't
did I
step on
it?
this.
Step on
Do
it.
not step on
Step
these
on it?
panels.
wait,
You will be on acid.
Okay.
Hold on, which panels? Oh,
Step
these.
on it.
That
Oh no, you
wait.
stepped on it!
Wait a second. How do you,
There.
it's because you're a dwarf, isn't it?
There's
You
no
don't have as
war.
much mass as me.
I'm gonna test this out. Ah!
Wait,
What
did
the-
it get you?
An electric
Wait,
trap.
it got Moose.
What the heck?
Wait a
It's
second.
racist. It's a racist
Oh no, this
tile.
this
Oh,
one's
that
getting
one
me.
works on launcher.
Still step on it.
You want me to
he's
step
on
on that?
Step on
What's
it.
this? Is this a puzzle?
Oh, now it's working.
Well, I switched the
Oh.
rune over here. Oh, looks like we have a bunch of
Ah! Wait a second, stuff's happening.
spiders. They're
I
shooting
think we
webs
might
at
have to
us.
find runes in this room, maybe? Or no, never mind. The door opened.
The door open. I had pulled the run rune and. Yeah.
I pulled it a bunch of times. I don't know what worked. It wasn't open when you pulled it.
Come on, come on, come on,
Well,
come
when
on.
I pulled it, then it opened.
There we go, there we go. Mow him down, mow him down.
Oh, thanks.
Gotcha. Just once in my life before I die, I want to be a voice in a video game where I get to say, grab and peels.
Grab what?
Grab your peels.
Grab and peels.
Grab and peels.
Grab
Peels here.
You're confusing the women!
peels here.
Like banana peels?
I felt bad.
Orange peels.
I always played as Bill, and I'd always refuse medkits and just down pills and see if I could make it.
Oh, pills.
Down
Pills.
them pills.
That, okay. In an
Gotcha.
accent.
Like, I low-key just roleplayed
Now
as
the
a
women get it.
drug-addled old man.
Oh,
That was just my Left 4 Dead experience.
just a
I also
drug-addled
only would
old
ever
man.
play on easy difficulty because it made it a lot easier.
Yes. I've always liked the idea of trying to do a hardcore playthrough of it, but it's like realistic zombie horde. Like, if you get hit a couple times, you're dead.
It's not
Wait.
fun. Like, I was enjoying World War Z when I was playing it solo, because, like, it felt fairly reasonable. Like, the amount of HP, the amount of damage you were taking. I guess part of it is the special zombies in World War Z are not nearly as dangerous.
Ah, what's happening?
Oh, it's
Can't
the
see.
webbing from some spiders.
Old jerks.
I had one bullet left.
I was
Godzilla says
also,
when you're in a zombie apocalypse, grammar goes by the wayside. I mentioned that because it is a good point. Like, whenever I'm in tense situations, like combat or confrontation type situations, I suddenly can't talk so good. Like, the things I say make no sense. Not at all. So if a zombie does attack me, I'm just gonna be like, no, shoot, no, come, no, come.
Somewhat related, but I got to play Deep Rock Galactic with Stumped during E3, and I found out that everybody's teamwork skills that I've ever played with sucks in comparison to them. They're weirdly finely tuned.
Oh yeah.
Well,
just
if they
like,
play enough games
probably by
together.
virtue of how long they've been doing that.
Yeah, but they were just like back and forth, just like tactics and like working as a team, and I'm just like, I'm here putting down cheese.
Oh, those little walls. Right. Or the
Yeah,
platforms.
Oh yeah, like by this point, it'd be insane if they hadn't figured out each other's rhythms and like know what each other means when they say certain things. So yeah, that must have been like a very well-oiled machine kind of situation.
They kept getting tripped up because I wasn't Rick though, because like he was the digger, and since I wasn't here, they'd all like pause around like diggable walls and stuff. But,
Oh, so they're like a little awkward about asking you to put up walls.
well, no. They pause next to a diggable wall, waiting for Rick to come by and dig it out. But
Okay.
no Rick,
But-
and
but
I was
he
the
would
engineer.
never show up. That's funny. Moose, do not let that skeleton push you around like that. You gotta be assertive.
Sorry.
You gotta be like,
That's my purse.
I don't know you! You gotta be a little Pamela Adlin. You gotta be a little Bobby Hill.
I was stressing out a little bit at Poba when Tarla kept leaving her purse everywhere, and I was like, this would drive me nuts if this was my purse.
Oh, there's a bunch of skeletons.
Yeah.
I get panicked
Skeletons
when
everywhere.
like I put my phone in the wrong pocket.
Yeah.
I take like the smallest purse that goes like across my body when I go out because I don't trust myself to not just set it down somewhere.
I lost my credit card there. For
Oh, well,
no.
a bit.
you just left it at the cash register.
I signed the bill and then walked off. No
Oh.
credit card in hand. So they
Well,
had
at
it. It
least
wasn't
they,
that
like-
big of a deal. But like,
Yeah. At least you didn't just like leave it on a table or something.
oh,
That's
who
right.
is? I'm not.
I've known multiple people that have had their credit cards stolen several times.
Ooh.
And I'm like, where are you people leaving your bags?
I mean, I would judge, but I just don't go outside, and that's Joe's #1 tip for not losing your identity is never put your identity outside of your house.
See,
Don't
and my
do
secret is to just have a
anything.
bag
Yeah,
that
just
is
stop. Just go back
hard
inside.
to take off.
Carry on.
I need
cash.
Michael Jordan to be outside, so every time I try to go outside, he'll be at the bottom of my stairwell being like, stop.
Oh,
Go
should
back
I light
inside.
this brazier? Can I?
If I remember
No, I
right, on the
can't.
topic of people that got famous and like became jerks, I think Michael Jordan really didn't enjoy being famous.
Yeah?
That
Yeah.
doesn't surprise
What's ever
me for
become
some
of him?
reason.
Like,
I haven't heard of him in
He did
ages.
golf
that's-
and
He
played
switched
part
to
of it.
Bugs
golf,
Bunny.
and then...
Oh, golf, I remember.
yeah, he tried doing baseball and then golf, and neither worked well. And then he came back to basketball for a little while and was like kind of okay, but not really, and mostly was just kept around for name recognition.
Yeah.
And then
he was just
retired.
a big name.
It must be unfortunate with sports when eventually you can't keep up because you get to be 30
Yeah.
or 40 and suddenly, yeah, it's just...
That actually kind of wrecked my cousin. 10 years older than me. But he was doing like semi-pro college football for years, and then he aged out.
Yep.
Which they say like they really need to prepare those guys for that, because at 22 they're like buying houses for like everyone in their family, just like blowing through their money, and then they hit like
NFL
28.
guys?
Better
Yeah.
rekill these guys.
And they hit like 28, 29, and they're like they have no career because they have no other skills.
It's
and
actually
they
the
have
rate
none
of
the money.
bankruptcy on pro like sports people is insanely high.
That's so
And it's-
sad.
It's really sad.
Especially considering how much everyone's like, "Oh, you do pro sports? I guess you just have a cajillion dollars. I don't care about your plight."
And I always wonder
Yeah.
about
Oh crap! We gotta pull the
Olympic,
swords out. It's these guys again.
you know, people who play Olympic sports, how many of them,
Boy.
they have to give it their all because usually it's the only Olympics they ever get to do. Like, there's
Yeah.
some repeat people, but
Unless
Yeah,
you're in
remember-
curling, at which point you can do it until you're like 60 and no one
I
cares.
love curling. It's like the most normal people in the Olympics.
Oh, when's the next Olympics?
I'm down. Can someone grab me?
okay.
Next
Oh.
Summer Olympics, I
Thank
think
you.
is going to be, let's see, 2022.
Okay, so
2020 is when they're doing Olympics. That's for the first time going to have karate.
All right.
Oh,
the
really?
Summer Olympics are before.
And after
the
that-
Olympics, right.
Suddenly, martial arts are gonna get super popular.
I was actually want to watch the Olympics for once. I never do, and I really should.
Oh, it's a
I
fiery
usually
stuff.
watch like a couple things and then I get bored.
It
But-
used to very much be like a wow, Shell. Did you just?
I just
get
got up and got back down
Just
again.
got-
I think it was more
I
of a
just got
thing
up and got back
when
down.
we had less choices.
Oh, it's these heads.
Always
on
gonna keep
TV.
me down.
True.
Okay.
Because back in the day, you know, like every channel was the Olympics, so where are you gonna watch? The Olympics.
The Olympics.
The Olympics. Start calling it that. The big O. I remember being a huge fan of Michelle Kwan as a kid.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
too.
like,
Except
I don't
had
know
a
any
Tara
Olympic
Lipinski
names now.
Barbie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at one point. I
That's
don't know
got to
if they
be
made-
Angel.
I don't know if they made a
Yeah.
Michelle Kwan Barbie, but I liked Michelle Kwan
think they
in part
did.
because her name was Michelle. I was just like, yes, awesome Michelles.
Yeah, my mom like was obsessed with figure skating, so she put me in figure skating lessons, and I was terrible at it. But it's fun to try and pretend to be Michelle Kwan for a few seconds.
I never liked ice skating. I preferred rollerblading. Oh, well, actually, not even rollerblading, just roller skating. Oh, wait, I don't like this.
Death.
Don't
That
get
looks like death.
Yeah. Okay, get ready, get ready. This is some Sonic the Hedgehog stuff right here. It's do or die immediately.
Oh, God. Okay, so when Lily gets older, are you gonna make her stream some
Oh, no.
Sonic games? Because
Oh,
I feel
no.
like that would be magic.
Wait, I got
Oh, I
killed.
Possibly.
It was
I
going
won't make her
down.
stream anything. If she wants to.
She really just wants to stream Minecraft right now.
That, yeah,
And I'd be fine with
That's
that if it
fair.
weren't for the fact that all she ever does when we stream Minecraft is she attacks me. And then is like, Dad, let's play hide and seek. I'm gonna get you. And then she just starts hitting me.
Stopped it.
And then I hit
Hey,
her
thank
once
you.
with the
Thank
sword.
you.
You're welcome. And then she's like, Dad, why'd you kill me? I'm like, you know why I killed you, you little poop.
Yeah, she's definitely my kid because she gets really into like one thing and does nothing but that one thing
Hey,
for
man.
a long time.
That's what I also am like. Maybe that's just
Yeah.
the human condition.
Ah!
Maybe.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't
like-
do that.
As a kid, I would read through like one book series in its entirety, and then I would play like one video game for like months on end.
I did that with books until I tried doing that with Dragonlance. And then, like,
There's too many
being
Dragonlance
really
books.
depressed as a middle schooler was not fun.
Oh,
Entirely
never-
because of that book series.
Never heard of
So I
that
had-
one.
What was-
So Dragonlance is like a series of books entirely written by like 2 people. And it's like
Set in something
100 something
akin to
books or something insane like that.
D&D
It's
universe,
nuts.
right?
Oh,
But it's
no,
like-
this is bad.
Oh no, we're all going down.
Yep.
Oh, I'm gone.
I'm trying to get at you guys. Okay.
I think we
Ooh,
were in
sorry, Moose.
poison. Something like that.
Why am I not
Did-
taking any damage?
Donka!
Well, I read Lord of the Rings, of course.
Yeah, I
Chronicles
read.
of Narnia.
I tried reading Narnia, but like, I think I read them partially out of order, I just remember getting like to the end and just being like mad at it and just been like, this is just not good. Like the first couple were good.
I love. My favorite is the Magician's Nephew, which was a prequel of sorts, because they are out of order.
Yeah, because I want to say I read like the last one too early, and like the end of everything was just weird and sad and bad, and I didn't like it.
Ooh, something got me.
Hey, you ding-do.
Oh my god, everything's exploding around
There's
me.
an enchanted skeleton
Oh, there's archers.
and they're ruining me.
There's archers up
I just
there.
got chased by a fiery skull, and it was very unpleasant.
Well, you gotta chase it right back. You gotta turn
I
around.
did. I shot
Just
it
be like,
in the fight. And I read like all of Ronald Dahl's books. Those are great.
Ronald McDonald's?
Ronald Dahl. Yeah, you read
Roald Dahl?
Matilda.
Roald
Roald Dahl,
Dahl?
is that his name?
Yeah, it's Roald Dahl.
Yeah, Roald Dahl.
Hold on.
He was
Yeah,
good.
Matilda.
I liked
Charlie
him.
Chocolate Factory.
Oh, why am I
The
stuck?
BFG. Actually, I didn't read the BFG.
I read the BFG.
I
That
read
was
the
one of
BFG.
our.
I think
Did you
Hard
see
readings
the
in third
movie
grade.
that came out a few years ago?
think
I
we
saw
part
half
of it.
of it, and I.
That was pretty cute.
eh.
was watching it. I think you probably saw it with Lily though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it wasn't for Lily, I probably would have been really not having a good time, but something about watching kids' movies with kids makes them so much better.
Oh yeah.
Now I want to go back and watch Land Before Time and all my childhood favorites. And
Oh,
go,
God.
No.
I watched it
will
with
never
Lily
watch that
recently,
again.
and
So
I was
sad.
like, I am so sad all over again.
Yep.
Ew. What?
I was watching Disney movies with my neighbors when I had to babysit them, which sucks because they were gremlins, and the only time they wouldn't like hit you in the balls was when you were watching movies with them. So I just like went through the entire catalog. Yeah, I don't know how.
They're just like, this is gonna be funny.
Well, yeah,
they
that's
had
straight
fun
up
like
what it
that.
was. Like they thought it was the funniest game ever, and I was really confused.
Well, they know that you can't fight back, or like, well, you obviously you can't fight
I
back.
kind of
but-
wanted to.
But they're your charges.
I
so
was
they know
getting
that they
paid
can get
like
away with
$5 an hour to babysit 2 hellions, and so after that night, they're like, "Hey,
So
you want to
you-
watch
you
our kids
appease
again?" And I'm
them
like, "You're gonna have to
with
like triple
movies.
my rate, if not more."
Gotcha.
And they're like, "Never mind."
Oh, no,
And then,
Shell,
like,
where are
my-
you?
it. I'm under a rock.
Yeah, there
He
should be
kept
like,
throwing things
Clearly.
on me.
there should be like an extra fee
Oh,
if your kid sucks.
Yeah, the kid sucks fee.
And after that point, I think I had a summer job anyway, so it's just like, I get paid more to just push grocery carts in a parking lot than I do to watch your kids that punch me at the balls.
Right.
Like, I get hit by
I was-
cars and it was still worth it.
Yeah.
More.
I was a babysitter a lot in like middle school, high school.
Oh, there's a
and
flaming
I remember
phoenix.
this one kid in the neighborhood that was like a freaking nightmare. Like you walk in, the kid's just like, "I hate you," and he's like 5, and I'm like, "What is wrong with this child?" And I remember the only time that he would like calm down and not like be chasing me around with like a really scary look on his face is when the Wiggles was on. So I
Wiggles.
watched
What's
way
that?
too much Wiggles.
The Wiggles, I
The
swear to God,
Wiggles.
is a pact with Satan.
Yeah, the Wiggles
Because
is
I've heard
4
that before.
grown adult Australian men singing songs and they wiggle. And it's weird, and I don't like it.
I mean, there's more to
Oh.
it than that. Let's be fair.
All I know is
so
fruit
I've-
salad, yummy, yummy, okay?
All
All
I know about the Wiggles is that they had like a section of the Six Flags New England dedicated to them.
What?
And now that I know that, I'm extra weirded out.
I'm trying to remember. Aside from Mr. Rogers'
Resist
Neighborhood
this.
and Thomas and Arthur and all those other good.
I thought you
good
said
oldies.
hummus, and I got really hungry.
Thomas. Thomas the Tank
Thomas
Engine.
the Tank Engine.
Thomas the Tank is so creepy, can I just say?
Yeah,
Take a big
I cannot
train that
stand
ran
Thomas
off
the
of
Tank
hummus.
Engine.
I would be so sad because I
Especially-
would want that hummus.
Remember we were watching like really old Thomas?
Oh no,
And
no, no,
like
no.
there's some dark storylines in those old ones. Like they
On my way.
Oh yeah,
like to
remember when
punish one of
Henry?
the
Moose, grab
trains.
shell.
Yeah, they punished
Okay,
one of the
remember-
trains. Henry gets put behind a bunch of cinder blocks in
there
a
we go.
tunnel.
Yes!
and
Wait,
he
I
has
got
to watch.
killed?
I'm down.
Like goodbye.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, these badass fire mages are being
He
a
does
little
that
bit
a couple
of a pill.
times with Percy. They like remove his wheels or something,
Oh.
Oh yeah, the guy's like, "Goodbye, Percy."
and it just ends. Oh, was that
Yeah.
Ringo Starr?
It was Ringo. It was when Ringo Starr was narrating Thomas. The
Really?
trans-
Ringo did for a
About
while.
to go
For a
now.
little bit.
I'm sorry.
Man, these
Oh,
fire mages
yes.
are bananas.
Yeah,
It's
I
an
can't
ice
do it, guys.
storm.
Fade
Sorry.
away.
Did
It's
any of
fine.
you see
Ryan.
the big comfy couch?
I tried picking you up, and it did not work.
It's okay. That
Ow,
dude
what?
was
How?
good.
Where did you come from, Moose? Thank you.
Oh, God. Rude.
I think I'm shooting this guy. Okay, there we go.
But sorry,
Ow.
Shell, you were saying something.
I'm so
have
sorry,
you guys
Moose.
ever seen the big comfy couch?
That sounds very,
God damn
like,
it.
faintly familiar. I don't know
I-
why.
I'm not sure if I can get you, Moose. I don't know how you
It's
picked
okay.
me
Are you
up.
ready to
But, like,
run around?
They're just shoving me left and right. I'm just going to
Yes.
flee.
It's okay.
On the big
Cripes.
comfy couch.
Oh, you can shoot the birds.
Yes.
That sounds like it's in the
beans.
same part of my brain that holds memories of bananas and pajamas.
Oh, yeah. Bananas in pajamas. They're walking down the stairs.
Bananas in
I
Pajamas
remember-
was one of those shows that was on, like, really early in the morning in PBS.
Yeah.
And so I'd always watch it, like, before switching to Pokemon or something, and it just creeped me out. Was it Pokemon or was it,
You start to
I
wonder.
don't think it's on WB.
No, but, so, in, let's see. In, Southern California at the time, it very much was one of those where, like, WB's early programming was, like, religious. At least in, like, the
that's
area I
healing
was
now.
in.
God
So it was one of those,
Oh,
like,
nice.
faith healer guys, and then Pokemon, which is
Yeah.
really baffling.
What? Oh, thanks, Wander. I think.
Yeah, stay out of the ice storm. Run.
Run.
Fun fact about these shiny sorcerers, I think
Ow,
I totally
I
healed
got
them up to
flamed.
full health
Ah.
with my lightning, with my electric damage.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Try to use a different element than they are.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not used to it, like them absorbing it.
Oh, you spooked me. It's okay.
It's
Lily
like
turned off
Lily's.
the hallway and it really freaked me out.
Ah. Oh, I'm gonna die. And I was right next to a health pickup. It's on my foot.
I didn't realize you were going down. I'm sorry.
You should really be able to pick up health when
Yeah, you
you're
really should
when
be
you're
able to.
down.
Yeah.
Figure out
just
how to
like
get back
slide
to it.
over, just stick it in your butt. What?
Didn't you just talk to me about not being in a pro?
Getting evoed by you have to give yourself. Sometimes you have to take shots in the butt. Like you have to get shot in the butt. It's a good place to get a shot, I guess. Sometimes.
Oh, God, that's why my grenade is awful.
Parkour.
Parkour.
I just somehow equipped, like, one of the worst grenades ever.
Oh, I can't help but notice that there was a parkour summer camp for like 7 to 12-year-olds, and I can't help but notice they're not around anymore. Can't imagine why that wasn't a good idea.
I mean, with Portland parents, I can't imagine that would have survived very long.
Lasted like 3 years though. Like every
They're
time I saw it, I was like,
actually-
"What?"
I forgot to tell you, there was a. Oh, I see what this is. There's a trap here. There was a camp at this place that Lily likes to. Wander, why do you never set off traps? It's weird.
He's too
I don't
light.
get it. It's like you have to run across them or something. But no, there was a place nearby that's offering a summer like day camp. It's like a card shop, and they're like, first we'll start off by doing some like I don't know superhero themed character things, and we'll have like a superhero themed lunch, and then we'll play some cards, and then we'll round off the day by doing a freaking foam sword melee. And I was like, what? Because don't
Yeah,
like
that
come on,
sounds
don't you
kinda
can't
awesome.
fool me. I've been to melees before where they got all those like PVC things wrapped in
They
foam.
can hurt,
That stuff
though.
still freaking hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
does.
my kid's a little wimp when it comes to pain. So I'm like, you had me until every day we hit each other with stuff for an hour.
Maybe it'd be good for her though.
Dude, she's in
No.
Kempo and she still can barely handle like getting like spar hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were playing this one
down.
game where it was basically like martial
going
arts dodgeball.
Ooh.
And it was fun. It was really fun, except you're not supposed to hit the face, but with the way we were playing with giant, like, beach balls. And you know how, like, large, very light, filled with air balls are? It's kind of hard to control where they go. Like, you hit them really hard, and sometimes they'll, like, suddenly change their arc and start flying upward and whatnot. And so I hit a ball, and Lily was on the other side, and I accidentally hit her, like, on the left cheek with it. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. She was like, and then she was just holding her cheek for, like, the next 20 minutes with her eyes all watery. And she was like, I'm going to go sit down. I was like, oh, I'm really sorry. Like, okay. And then I turn around and I keep aiming low, but then I accidentally hit the sensei's daughter right smack in the nose. And she just gives me this like, I'm gonna get you look. And I was like, I am so sorry. And then she just made it her life's goal after that to ruin me. And I was like, Lily, you gotta be more like Mei-chan. You gotta like, you know, just get mad and want to just destroy me. But nah, she's very
sad.
Now she just wants to sacrifice you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. She's like sacrifice his body at the altar.
I was
well, she has a little dream catcher above her bed, and it was there last night. And I was like, "What is this?" She's like, "Don't look at that. It's for my game."
What?
I was like, "Well,
dude,
you just
I do
have it
not
stuck
like
in your
dream
wall."
catchers.
I don't like
I don't
the
remember
idea
who
of my
told me
dreams.
this, but someone was saying if you don't do dream catchers right, you can accidentally catch bad dreams and like. Or,
Aren't you supposed to catch bad dreams?
I was about to correct
guys.
myself. You can accidentally.
I
Oh
died
no,
over next to
sorry.
you guys. That's alright.
I'd
You
already
can
started
accidentally
progressing. I'm
keep the
sorry.
bad dreams.
All the
Because
dreams.
I remember one time I had a dream catcher and I totally started having bad dreams until I got rid of it. Maybe it was my grandpa. He was like, "Yeah, careful if you don't like get the right dream catcher. Like you can't just buy like a Claire's dream catcher from the mall or something like that." Is that seriously what Lily has?
Yeah, she bought it from Claire's.
That kid, of course, she's having
Or she
nightmares.
calls it Clary's.
Oh yeah, Clary's.
Makes it better.
Mother
Man, I'm
Clary's.
such uncultured swine. I remember the first time I went to your grandpa's house, and like I saw like your grandpa's like real dream catcher, and I was like, "What's it made of?"
Okay, wait, we gotta pause for a second. What side of every, like, your mother is full Japanese or half Japanese or?
No, yeah, my mom's side is Japanese. My dad's side is Irish. And
What is
Cherokee.
the alchemical formula for Joe? Because I've been trying to puzzle it out for a while.
Oh no, moose! Oh, there goes the moose.
I was trying to pick you up, but I was also dying.
Okay, gotta pull this guy's sword out of his back and then save shell. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
I think. I'm trying.
Thanks.
Good lord.
Ow, cripes.
Oh, Wanders. All the little brittle guys.
Yeah, what's all the little brittle
Don't
dudes?
worry about me too much. I got one, unless you kill it.
Okay.
There we go.
And I'm 100% white, but my aunt keeps telling everyone we're Navajo.
Yeah,
Joe, I forgot to tell you, she switched. My aunt has been telling everyone for like 20 years that we're Cherokee.
Yeah, they're Cherokee.
And my dad was like, "No, we're not." And he like went and got out like her genealogy to show her that she needs to stop claiming that. And then she's suddenly like, "We're Navajo." Now she's posting stuff online, claiming to be Navajo.
I don't know. I get it. Like, it is kind of silly when.
And your heritage is boring. I get it, but
I guess so. But like,
don't,
there's,
like, steal other
if you've
people's
got
stuff.
white European like background, like there's still stuff. There's still stuff you can connect with. Like, it's not. But I know like so many people who are like, I found out that I might be like 1/64th something, and then they suddenly start wearing turquoise all the time.
Yep.
And I before I would tut that, but now I'm at this point. I'm like, whatever. Just let people do whatever. Like, them wearing turquoise doesn't devalue your totally legit amount of being Native American. Like, no one needs to be weird about it.
Like, I'm 100% European descent, but I find out that I'm descended from the first criminal of the colonies.
Oh, God.
That's fun. What do you do?
I'm dying!
Well, he tried to jump off the ship to claim the land
a lot
first.
of things. He was also the first duel in the first duel before like on one of the main ships coming over. He tried hopping off the boat early so he could name the colony after himself instead. There was a lot of stuff, so we went to the like Plymouth Colony reenactment thing and found the guy acting for my ancestor, and he was in the stocks.
Oh dear.
I was just like, yes,
Really
this confirms.
Didn't he end up dying an old man and had a lot of children, though?
Hell if I know. The records get real dodgy when it comes from that like era. And as far as I know, like, he was a ne'er-do-well and like his descendants kind of were, and then they fled to Minnesota and that was it.
Hey, my family fled to Minnesota too. They're all from Holland.
Too many
And
skeletons?
they moved to Minnesota and bought a town, and that's about it.
Bought a town?
They
Trying to
basically
kill
they own this
skeleton.
town because of like they found oil or something. I don't know.
How do I get down so easily? I don't know.
Is your shields like...
I'll have
There's a
to look at
lot
my
of
How much
shield
HP
again.
do you have?
Let me look.
Oh my god, I just picked you back up!
I know.
There's
I've been having
too
this
many
issue all game.
skeletons.
We need
And then
to
my
cheat
dad's
for you or
side-
something, just so you live.
I have
dad's side is,
1,800 health, and oh, I got down to 200. and now I'm-
1,800?
Yes. Or
Oh.
shield. That's shield. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, I've got 1,700 shield. That's fair. What's your maximum red health, do you know?
I'll have to see when I get up.
Uh-oh, badass skeleton. North.
I'm down again. Just
Well,
don't bother.
ass beam here is...
I'm destined for oblivion.
Oh my god. These skeletons.
Because, yeah, if you only had 1,800 health, that would explain things.
No. Okay, let me see. I have 5,187.
That's kind of okay.
So then why does everything...
Like, I spec'd
Wreck
all
me.
into max health, so it kind of makes sense. Yeah, you're also, I believe, the squishiest character, and I'm the toughest.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely the case, probably.
Well, don't you have a sniper rifle?
I do. I just have to be far enough away so that I don't incur their wrath. Let's see.
I am invincible!
I mean, my dad's side is very proudly Southern, and Ancestry.com had this like free weekend thing, and so I looked into it and I discovered that there were several soldiers on my dad's side in the Civil War, but they were Yankees, and I was like, plot twist.
On
Yeah,
my
I mean,
mom's side, I know that the Lee family is their relations.
I
So,
know.
like Robert E. Lee, Light Horse Harry Lee.
I know my dad's side of the family, a couple of my more like racist cousins were like super like Confederate flags. Guys, let's just run. This sucks. This room.
Yeah,
hate
I
this
don't want.
room.
I just realized like this isn't really ending. It's mostly just pain and sadness.
Oh,
Is this
I'll get Shell. You
a
guys run
room
for
of
the door.
endless horrors,
I
or
can
what's
grab
the
her.
deal? Or do we have to solve it?
You sure? You're
And
almost
we
down.
should know. I've become a liability.
Okay, Shell, run for the door. I'll pick him up.
Where's the door?
All right, head for Moose. Head for Moose. South. Oh my God!
Right.
Run, just both of you.
I'm
Just
running.
run
I'm running.
South.
Oh no, Joe!
This place sucks. I am leaving. Do. Bad review for Yelp.
Okay, turn right.
Yep,
and go
right.
south. Go
Guys,
south.
you can have my stink bomb. Holy cow. Oh, great, more skeletons. At least these skeletons aren't ridiculous. Oh, wow, a skeleton that just died in a few hits.
Oh well, that works.
Incredible.
What was up with that
careful.
room?
Careful, they've got
I think
suicide
that was the
bones.
room of infinite skeletons for some bizarre reason.
If you really like fighting skeletons forever.
Sometimes I do feel like.
Oh,
killing
guys,
skeletons
elevator.
forever.
Get over here. Hop in the elevator.
Hold on, I just
Ignore
gotta finish
everything
off this
else.
one skeleton.
Do not panic. You're the best, amigo.
Sweet chariot. All right.
There we go.
I'm gonna take me home.
But yeah, a lot of my relatives went like super rah Confederate, and I think my dad, who's a geneticist, is like we're very firmly on the side of the Union. Like, nobody. Here, let me even point out all of our relatives who died fighting the Confederates. They got real quiet for that.
I've heard of that happening a lot. Like people up in New England who have no Southern family members suddenly get super like, yeah, Confederate, and it's like, what?
It's like this stupid like small government thing, I think, where everybody just starts like worshiping what the Confederacy was, which is bizarre, and they get really mad at you if you call them racist, which like
They literally.
I just found it
are.
funny when, what was it, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter
Oh,
or
yeah.
Slayer, where
I saw that.
the Confederates were vampires.
What?
enjoyed that
I've never
movie.
heard of this.
Yeah,
It's a great movie.
Is it?
Wait, it's a movie?
I worked
It's actually
in
a
theaters
good.
when it came
Yeah,
out.
it actually is a good movie. I liked
So
it.
it's a dumb movie that's like one part historical. Oops. Shoot. It's like one part historical. Oh.
What do you call it? Historical fantasy? Is
Yeah,
that
historical fantasy, where effectively the Confederates are just vampire people that like wanna.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just bonkers, but effectively, Lincoln. Is it Lincoln's family gets killed by vampires or something like that?
Yeah, his mother up in Illinois.
Yeah,
You can
gets
see
killed
what's
by
happening.
vampires. And so he gets
Goals.
he gets wrapped up in a vampire hunting thing, and also
I heal you.
realizes that the Confederates are
Because I think
vampires.
his mother died of an illness, but then they probably just blamed it on a vampire had gotten her.
And so he becomes a vampire hunter using like his legendary axe, blah blah blah. And
I gotta check this out. I've never heard of any of this.
It's great.
Yeah, I
We saw
forgot
it in
about that
theaters.
movie.
It's like bad great because like it's so campy, and obviously
I love
doesn't make
movies
any
like
sense.
that.
But why not? Like very much happiness of the categories, except for less WTF. Like you can tell they legitimately tried to reason this out, and it's still a bad movie because like it's a stupid premise, but for what it is, actually pretty fun.
Now, that's another, how we were talking earlier about historical documentary-esque narrations
Oh,
of
that's
people's
just
lives.
totally wrong.
What about this? What would Abraham Lincoln think if he watched
think he'd
Abraham
laugh.
Lincoln Vampire
I think he
Hunter?
would laugh. I think he'd probably see that there's a ton of like really like respectful things. He'd be like, okay, fine, you can have this one.
That's the worst show I've ever seen.
And then he'd see Futurama and then probably be upset.
Oh, because of the talking heads?
Yeah. Speaking of
Probably-
fun but terrible movies, I discovered that Repo the Genetic Opera is now on Amazon Prime.
Oh, it
And
is.
I rewatched. I only got the half of it 'cause we had to do other stuff, but I'm gonna finish it. Did you know this movie was the director couldn't get anyone to produce it, of course, so he ended up self-producing for $8.2 million. Can you
Oh,
guess how much
wow.
it made him?
Like 200,000.
2.
Less.
100,000.
175.
Oh, I was close.
Oof.
But he says it was worth it.
Well,
Which
it's probably
I'm like,
made
I
a
have
lot
this
more
like
sense.
weird, yeah. I mean, it's become a cult classic for
One
a
of
lot of
those
people. It's like a
DVD
love-hate thing
sales.
for me. 'Cause I'm like, it's so bad, but it's so good. Like, the set
Parkour.
is bad, like everything's bad, but like the music's kind of catchy, and just like you can tell, like so much heart was put into this movie. I have a soft spot for it.
Oh, this one. I know, it's all she talks about these last few days.
I'm trying
I just
very
love
hard to
guessing
remember.
like how much
she does
people
that thing
lost
where
on
she,
a movie.
like I'm trying to fall asleep,
How much people what?
and then
Lost on
oh,
the movie.
lose on a movie.
I mean, that's probably
actually-
a direct result of Theodore Rex. Let's be honest.
That reminds me of, okay, I think potentially written, directed, and produced by Kevin Costner was Waterworld.
Oh, that movie is so great bad.
Yeah, it is. It's like Mad
I
Max,
remember kind
but
of
on
liking
water.
it because the
Yeah.
setting was neat and like the idea of like seeing. Oh, there's actually a game coming out that's kind of like it where you can straight up see skyscrapers underwater. It's called
Ooh, well,
Flotsam.
that's precisely what. Yeah, what he would do is because he had gills, he would go underneath the surface, find odd artifacts from what the remnants of civilization that got flooded and perished a long time ago. And he could also barter with soil. He would bring up soil too, and people are like, "Wow, how do you find all this rich soil and all this cool stuff?" And
Last time I watched it, I was like maybe 11, stuck at home with a fever, and I watched this movie, and I didn't think it really existed for like 10 years. And then someone else brought it up, and I was like, oh my god, that movie exists! I thought I like watched Mad Max, and my brain replaced with sand with water.
I've never
it
actually.
was one of the VHS. My dad has tons of VHSs. As I said, we could probably start a Blockbuster with all of our VHSs and DVDs and such. But we have
Movie Madness 2.
so many films.